ऑर्डर देना था ज्वेलरी का, तो आप लोग कैसे देते हैं ज्वेलरी का ऑर्डर? तो मेरा पैन कार्ड नहीं है, तो मुझे कोई दे नहीं रहा था, तो पैन कार्ड नहीं होगा तो अच्छा पैन कार्ड का जरूरत नहीं है।
ऐसा है कि पैन कार्ड देने में 1 लाख का बिल बनाते हैं, उसके ऊपर का पेमेंट लेते हैं, पैन कार्ड चाहिए, तो सर सबका अलग अलग बिल बना के ले जाना क्या चलेगा ना, उसको प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना। हाँ हाँ, तो सर अलग अलग अमाउंट का बिल बना के ले जाना।
मुझे अगर पैन कार्ड शो नहीं करना है तो आप मुझे विदाउट पैन कार्ड दे सकते हैं।
Here's another shocker for you and your revenue department, Mr. Finance Minister. It's not just dollars that the government's treasury is having to shell out to import this gold. Jewelers are also conniving to deny the government its due taxes. Our reporters posed as potential buyers and were told that they could be given unauthorized bills which will help avoid the levy of a value-added tax. What's worse, an all-cash transaction also puts an opaque veil on the color of the money that this gold is being bought with.
अगर आप पे देते तो आप पूरे में तो बिल सबका बिल गवर्नमेंट सेंटर वाला वो आपको माइनस पेश हो सकता है। अगर आप पे देंगे आप बिल मेरे बिल नहीं किया कच्चा लिख के दे सकता है।
मैं बिल दूँगी, अगर कच्चा बिल दे दे तो आप
वो आपको पेश करना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, तो मतलब
इसमें कच्चा लिख के मिलेगा आपको कागज की एक बेनिफिट है, आप ये समझ लीजिए।
मैं अगर बाइक में करती हूँ तो आप मुझे डिस्काउंट कैसे दोगे? मेकिंग चार्जेस पे आप
मेकिंग नहीं हो।
अच्छा, और ये कैश में अगर मैं आपको पे करती हूँ तो आप मुझे दोस्त में
बिल देना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, तो मुझे टैक्स नहीं देना पड़ेगा ना उसको?
आपको तो टैक्स करा देंगे,
कैश देंगे तो आपको कैश में हम बना के दे देंगे और पक्का गवर्नमेंट का जो 6%
कच्चे बिल पे आप मुझे टैक्स डिस्काउंट देंगे?
हाँ कच्चे बिल नहीं लगेगा, टैक्स नहीं लगेगा।
मतलब पूरा बिल कैसे बनाओगे?
कच्चा बिल मिलेगा आपको, पक्का बिल चाहिए उसके आपको और वेट लगेगा।
कितना
$1.1।
But it doesn't end there. Banks seem to be joining the party too. Last month, a desperate Reserve Bank of India notified restrictions on lending against gold by banks and NBFCs. The RBI stipulated that lending against gold coins be capped at 50 grams per customer. But some banks have found an ingenious way to circumvent the RBI's diktat, such as by asking customers to show multiple family members to avail a larger loan than what just one person can get.
So we both are starting a business venture together. So we want a loan at least 10 lakhs का चाहिए हमें. Okay. And we have combined jewelry of 500 grams, say, and we have gold coins of say around 300.
These jewelry coins are from from a jeweler from off a market or from any bank you have bought the coins?
No, they are from the jeweler.
So those coins bank is not accepting for a jewel loan.
अच्छा.
So coin has to be issued from a authorized bank or some authorized government authorized organizations and all. So if you have from bank, those coins we will accept.
Okay, if I have gold coins from the bank, you will accept it.
Yes, that is
and there is a limit till.
Say suppose your gold jewelry plus coin worth it come around 1 lakh. Simple example. Bank will provide you from 70 to 75% of that amount. That is maximum 75,000 on 1 lakh.
So there is no limit in jewelry, right?
Jewelry.
Coins, what's the limit? I mean, कितने पे?
50 grams.
Beyond that, we can.
Beyond that, so it will be 50. And from different people name. That can be done.
अच्छा, तो this family में.
Your mother is there. She is also supporting you in doing the business and all.
Okay, I can break it out.
You can break it out. That's not a problem.
This special investigation shows how easy it is to buy gold despite the curbs put in place by the RBI and the government. As a result, other asset classes lose their charm. Not for their returns, but because it's not as easy to bypass the required disclosures and tedious documentation in investments like mutual funds. Time for the RBI, the government and other authorities to conduct stringent checks on whether the rules laid down are being followed or not. Otherwise, the finance minister will only be able to plead and not actually curb India's gold lust and ballooning current account deficit.
अगर आप कहीं तो बोलिए क्या कहते हैं 2 दिन के माध्यम लेकिन अगर हम कैश करें तो भी लगेगा तो कैश तो लगेगा हाँ लगेगा बट आप बिल से जो कर सकते पसंद आ रहा है और इसमें प्राइस जो है 11+ है तो इसमें टाइम की जरूरत पड़ेगी टाइम के बगैर तो पॉसिबल नहीं क्योंकि नेकलेस ही वेट में इसमें कुछ और होगा तो कोई और ऑप्शन नहीं
That's been our exclusive investigation as far as gold says and the way norms are being flouted on ground go. Well, market experts also feel that the government needs to do much more to curb gold. Listen into exclusive views coming in from Madhukela of Reliance Capital and Sanjeev Prasad of Kotak Institutional Equities.
But you need to have far more decisive action. I don't know why those decisive actions are not coming.
Like what? What would you tell the government?
Take for instance, that's why I'm saying. You have to import cars in Singapore. There is a quota and there is a duty. Why can't we have a quota on gold imports? You say that you are going to import 500 tons every year. Now that is what we can afford as a country today. Then let there be a quota. Whoever wants to buy, let him pay the premium on that quota and let him import.
Like we do for G6, you're saying?
Exactly. Everywhere I'm saying for imported cards, there is a quota in Singapore, in a country like Singapore, and their quota is auctioned and people buy it. I think something, if this trend persists in the gold import, mark my word, something like this, nothing less than this, will need to be done. So this is the only way to control it. You can't push people, you can't urge people.
I think more measures may be required because whatever has been done will probably impact gold imports for maybe 1 or 2 months till the time the jewelers figure out a way of importing gold on a cash basis as compared to credit basis earlier. But that's nub of the announcements from the RBI so far. But what we haven't really addressed is the gold consumption at the retail level, at the ultimate level. How do you change that? If you look at the use of gold in India, it's basically in two ways. One is as a store of value for normal households. Now this has been done for centuries. I don't think anybody can influence the cultural behavior in a matter of months that suddenly Indians become averse to gold. That's not happening. The second use of gold is basically as a store or as an outlet of black money. Now that is something which India should definitely be tackling, and I think there are two ways we can do it. One way is to impose some sort of a domestic tax equivalent to excise duty or VAT on gold. Effectively what it means is that any jeweler who wants to recover tax which it has paid on import of gold, not the import duty but the domestic tax, it has to have a proper bill from a customer, and it will result in a fair amount of this purchase of gold which is taking place in the form of cash. That will hopefully come down. The second thing which the government can do is reduce the disclosure limits for purchase of gold in cash, which is currently ₹500,000 rupees. You have to give your PAN card number if you're buying gold above that amount. I don't see any reason why that amount should be reduced to 25,000, 50,000, because a poor person who does not have a PAN card is definitely not going to be buying gold of ₹500,000 rupees or 5 lakh rupees. He can only buy maybe 5,000, 10,000 worth of gold at any given point in time.
Time for a break then, but up next an exclusive interview with Chief Economic Advisor where he tells Bloomberg TV India that all options are on the table for boosting the rupee, but the focus needs to be on stability.